Hey there. So I just wanted to share something that happened today. I was talking with someone about some things they'd been through, and they had some health issues crop up, and I guess it was a number of months back, and it was pretty serious stuff. And it took a while for the emotional part to come to the surface. They were in sort of a survival mode, I think, getting the condition under control and the medical interventions done. And then kind of out of the blue, this panic attacks and anxiety came in. And I guess this is something that I wanted to talk about because I've been through my own version of this before. And it's really interesting because I think that we believe subconsciously that if you work through something intellectually or even psychologically, that you are kind of done with it. And I think what's more true is that there's a timeline that the rest of your system is operating on that isn't necessarily lining up with the mental or intellectual part of the understanding that you may have gotten to. And I found that really frustrating because I remember just saying, like, I don't understand this. This is ridiculous. I get what happened. I've accepted what happened. I don't have any stories about it anymore, and yet here I am dealing with these weird, hormonal, neurological repercussions of this thing. And it's been so long. Why am I going through this crap now? And I think it's just really important for us to realize that this is sometimes the way it plays out. And it isn't necessarily just a purely physiological thing. Like in this particular person's instance that I was talking about, it was more of a physiological thing where the body and the systems were sort of like playing out this whole thing on that level. But sometimes it's just simply that you might get to a place in your life where you actually feel emotionally safe. And the way it kind of plays out is that, like, I think our systems, whatever you want to call that, whether it's a self-preservation kind of thing, we tend to sort of table that stuff that's really difficult to deal with until we really have the bandwidth and we really have the capacity to really face it and be strong enough to really receive it and be able to get some understanding from it on a deep level. And so sometimes, you can actually be in a really, really good place, and that's when this stuff pops up. And so then our mind comes in and we're like, this is, what the hell, am I not grateful? I'm in this great new relationship, or I got this great job, and I'm in this new apartment and everything's going great. And now all this crap is coming up, and now I'm miserable. And I think what we miss there is that, like, yeah, you're being given what you can handle now. And I know it sounds like being given, like something's being handed to you by some man in the sky or something like that. But I think it's more, there's a part of us that is kind of holding back that information until we're actually really able to take it in take it in a way that's complete, where we can really receive all of it, process all of it, and really get the insights from it and learn from it. So anyway, that's all I really wanted to say, was that give yourself some patience and some grace if you find those things coming up at a really, like, almost seems like a paradoxical time. When those periods of our lives come up that we're lucky enough to experience, where we are feeling really fulfilled and balanced and happy and open and receptive, just be aware that may be when your system decides that it's time for you to look at something that's really hard. It doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you've gone off track. Oftentimes it means you're very much on track and things are really as good as you think they are. But it might just be the time that something needs to come up so you can really work with it. So I hope that helps.